Hello, 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 viewers and subscribers. Welcome to another week. Welcome to another vlog. We are still in the month of January 2024. How are you doing? How has it been going? If you watched my first video of 2024, we talked about investing in real estate and we highlighted investing in land. I want you to make a comment now so we can discuss or help each other out regarding investing in land. I said for this year we're going to be more interactive. We're going to say what we're doing. We're not going to just talk about investments in theory. We're actually going to take action. My pastor have been talking all of last year about people investing in real estate. That is what God has given him to impart to us. I have been talking about this book since 2020, September of 2020. The book was published May of 2020. So for you people who are just visiting my channel for the first time, my name is Colleen E. Edwards. I'm the author of this great book, 7 to 8 Income Investment Streams, Lest the Land Become Desolate. I published 4 books. They're all on Amazon.com. My first book was a children's book called Lost in the Woods. And then a few years later, I published a book called Tithes and Offerings, An Act of Love. And then my third book is this book, 7 to 8 Income Investment Streams, Lest the Land Become Desolate. And my fourth book I published last year, April. It's a children's book, very dear to my heart. I started writing because I wanted to publish children's books. As a child, I was, I loved reading. My hobby was reading, and I felt that since as a child there were some authors who thought about us children to write books. So my goal was to write a children's book. So that is why my first book was Lost in the Woods, a children's book. And then of course last year Anna in Dolly Land, and that book is doing very, very well. The books are on Amazon.com. The books are also on Barnes & Noble. And you can also check out Ex Libris for my books. But this book, the reason why I talk about it so much is because the book is about building wealth. And that is my goal for you and also for myself. Because as far as I'm concerned, I like to help. I like to help people. I like to impart knowledge to help people. And I also want to see us do well. I learned this a long time ago that if you're broke, busted, and disgusted, you're not going to be able to help anyone. You're struggling, to pay your own bills. So how are you going to even think about helping someone else? But if you have enough, then of course you may be able to help someone along the way. I believe that imparting knowledge is even better than handing somebody $1. Because if you teach a person to fish, they will be fishing for the rest of their lives. If you just cook them a meal, they'll eat that meal and in a few hours they'll be hungry again. But if you teach them what to do, then of course that person will use that knowledge for the rest of their lives. And so that is the reason why I do what I do. That's the reason why I am trying to, just help someone along the way to make themselves better. So we decided that we are going to invest, and this year I want us to be more interactive. So in the month of January, I want us to look at investing in real estate. And I know some of you are saying, oh my God, the property prices have gone so high and I can't afford it, and so on and so forth. And that is the reason why I am encouraging you to look at investing in land. A few years ago in Port St. Lucie, Florida, you could get a piece of land for maybe $10,000, some people $2,500. That was quite a few years ago. Now, no such thing. As a matter of fact, the land in Port St. Lucie now, you'll be lucky if you can find a piece for like $50,000, because the property prices, that is another thing. Let me talk about Port St. Lucie for a minute. A few years ago, I would say maybe in 2022, when I looked at the new construction in Port St. Lucie, you could get new construction built by Lennar and some of the other popular builders in the 300,000 range. I would say mid to high 300,000 range. You check out those new homes right now in Port St. Lucie, 500,000. You'll be lucky if you find a brand new property. I'm talking 3 bedrooms and up, 3 to 4 bedrooms for the 400,000 range. They're now in the 500,000 range. So that is what the power of investing in real estate. For those of us who are smart enough to buy real estate, like I would say maybe 5 years ago, look at how much equity you have built, or we have built in our properties if you bought a property 5 years ago. So for the people who say, I'm gonna wait for the prices to come down. The prices may come down a little bit, but from what I've seen, and by the way, I am a realtor also, you know, I'm a real estate agent. The prices may correct or come down a little bit, but based on what I'm seeing, prices are still fairly high, at least in the South Florida area where we are, and that would be Miami-Dade County, Broward County, and also Palm Beach County. And now, the Port St. Lucie properties, you know, some people moved to Port St. Lucie because it was a little bit more reasonable a few years ago, but now the prices are edging up there. So, yes, so for those of you who listened to my video that I published about a week ago, I'm talking about investing in land. Now, the land in Lehigh Acres also, Florida, and Naples, Florida, and Cape Coral, you know, that whole West Coast area. Some of those land parcels were a little bit reasonable a few years ago, and some of them still are, but those prices also are inching up. So what I want you to do is do your research, do your homework, contact a realtor in whatever county you're interested in, or city, or town, and see what's going on. I also talked in my last video about you looking into calling the county, finding out what type of auctions they have. Sometimes they have land, you know, that they're auctioning. Maybe you may be able to pick up a piece of land. And also, I want to mention that with land, you can also flip it, you know, the same way you flip houses. Like, you may buy a piece of land at a discount. You may be able to resell that land to an investor, a builder, or a homeowner who may want to build on land. So look into that strategy as well. There is a young man, he calls himself the Tax Deed Wolf. He's on Instagram all the time. Look him up. He's always talking about investing in land, you know, and tax deeds. And so that is a strategy that I really want you to look into. I'm looking into it as well. And so, you know, with real estate, there's always something that you can invest in. You just have to take the time to do your research, and don't be afraid of it. Don't be afraid of investing in real estate. In the book, you'll see that my first time buying a piece of property, I was in my early 20s, and I told a story about how much money I made after buying that first piece of property in a few years. So that is what I would encourage you to do. For the month of January, we're going to do real estate, and each month I'm going to highlight another investment strategy. But for the month of January, probably spilling into February, because now we're kind of mid-January, this is where I started, because I wanted everyone to have time to kind of, you know, get over the holidays, get back into the swing of things, kids going back to school and all of that. So I didn't do videos for a few weeks. But now we're back, we're up, we're running, and we're ready to make a move. And also, I'm still saying it, we need to do our big goals by the end of March 31st. So those goals that you wrote down last year to do in 2024, you need to get those accomplished by the end of March. Because before you know it, it will be mid-year, and then again you'll be at the end of the year, and you're gonna say I didn't meet my goals. So I will see you on the next video. Make a comment. Let me know how you're doing.